Hello guys, in today's stream, I'm gonna learn how to script with me. Okay.
These are some of the ways we can create numbers inside of our scripts that's going to be very important later down the line.
This isn't just any.
Nice. I don't even know what he said. But we're gonna add this, the sub count. That does not work. What am I doing?
Chat. It's ClickUp chat. Sure, you can tag your team, ask questions.
And finally, I'm going to introduce to you the last data type. So I'm going to write a print statement down here. So I'm going to say in all lowercase.
So take it in. Take it in 2, 1. No, that's 1. No, that's 2. Okay, so we're good.
Print, and then inside of here, I'm going to show you what the last data type is, and that's called a string. Now, we've actually worked with strings in the past, conveniently in the last episode. It's indicated by this up here in double quotations. Now, a string is basically it's a list of characters or words or sentences or however you want to describe it, all contained inside of one data type, which has 2 quotations. So it's going to have one at the beginning and then one at the end. So this basically shows us that this is a string that comprises of a sentence full of characters and words and all these other sorts of things. So we can create another string down here by having double quotations like this, and then we can write down whatever it is we want inside of these strings. So we can say, this is a string, just like this. Now what's interesting about
Guess we're gonna type it.
Strings is that we can actually represent strings with either double quotations, or we can even have single quotations as well, and they will both be the string data type. So if I were to drop a line down here, make a print statement, open and close parentheses, we can actually
Colton, I'm doing pretty good at scripting.
Put in single quotations just like this, and we can write the same thing. This is a string, period. So
so there's 2 types of strings.
this is the string data type right here that we've actually used in the last episode. We just didn't confirm that this is a string data type now that I was able to introduce to you what data types are inside of this episode. So that's the basics of understanding data types, and this is going to be very helpful for us later down the line as we continue to build up our skills in scripting. So for today's learning objective, what I want you to do is experiment more with these data types by either printing more true statements or printing false statements, or even printing more numbers. You can experiment with these numbers because there's a lot you can do with numbers. There's only so many numbers you can print. And I also want you to experiment more with strings if you haven't already, and even with single quotations as well. So once you do that, go down to the comments and paste whatever you feel comfortable sharing so that other people can see what you've been doing in these learning objective challenges. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Welcome back to my Roblox beginner scripting tutorial series. My name is Braldev, and in this episode we'll be discussing about data types. So again, this is the next coding fundamental.
Yeah, he has a raccoon. He said trading inverted raccoon not going first.
Okay, yeah, I'm not ready then.
Mental concepts that we need to know for scripting to become a better scripter. Now, what we're going to do for this episode is actually create a new script so that we can organize our scripts when we go further down the line with this tutorial guide. Because if we were to go back to the scripts that we've been making throughout this tutorial, it can get very lengthy very fast if we used the same script throughout the entire tutorial guide. So what I'm actually going to do is go back to our game, and I'm going to go to the right side of the workspace, and I'm going to go down to this property here that says enabled. So I'm actually going to uncheck this property so that when the game runs, so if I hit play, then whatever we put inside of the script isn't going to run in the output because it's now disabled, so the script isn't going to fire when we join into the game. And so that is a property that you might find to be useful if you were to have scripts that you don't want to execute when the game runs inside of Studio or just in the game in general. So now what I'm going to do is hit stop. I'm going to right click on, now we want to create a new script for this episode. And to make this more organized, what I'm going to do is actually rename the script on the right side here. So I'm going to right click on the script and I'm going to hit this button that says rename, and it's going to highlight the name right here. So what we can do is basically just delete this and we can insert a new name here. So I'm going to rename this to printing data types, just like this, and I'm going to hit.
My friend has a shiny Kogawa. He said I'll do 4, but I said that I'm not going first, trying to make sure that you are okay with that.
Did I do it?
I mean, I don't really think he's a scammer because he's talking like he's not a scammer.
Hmm.
Wait, can you join?